This is an absolutely crucial issue for the people of Wentworth, and this is not just about female gender equity in terms of wages, which is absolutely crucial, but this is also about quality of life for men and fathers and child development. And we have an opportunity by increasing paid parental leave and changing the rules so that men or the second parent have a use it or lose it level of paid parental leave to fundamentally shift how we look after children in this country. Yeah. So let's start, however, with gender equity. In this country, the latest data shows that there's a 14% gap in terms of male and female earnings. However, this is close to zero when it comes to early careers. So in early careers, there is not a gender pay gap, but it is through the childbearing and the child rearing ages that this gender pay gap emerges. And I saw this absolutely fundamentally within my own community in Wentworth. People I went to school with, uni with, who worked similarly with their partners in similar sorts of jobs, in similar levels of jobs. And then when it came to having the children, there was such a gendered experience in terms of caring for children. So almost all the parents that I knew had where women took a much more significant time off. And then, in some cases, struggled to come back to the workforce or had real issues coming back to the workforce. And I don't believe this is about misogyny, this isn't about chauvinism, but this is a cultural issue in Australia where the expectation is that women will look after the kids. And this is something where the paid parental leave could really address this. If we look at the statistics around paid parental leave and who takes it, in Australia only around 2% of Australian parents use primary carer paid parental leave. This is compared to an OECD average of 18%, and in countries like Sweden and Iceland, where it's up to 50%, or it's just over 40% of the primary carers' paid parental leave is to men. And this is just a fundamental difference in terms of how Australia experiences the world and how the rest of the world experiences the world. And it's not surprising, therefore, to see that Australia has one of the most gendered distribution in terms of careers and has one of the biggest issues in terms of female economic empowerment. And so this is, I think, a real opportunity for the government to take leadership here. So I support an increase in paid parental leave because I think that's absolutely crucial to families. But what I want is crucial in this design is that we get to a 26-week at least paid parental leave. But 6 weeks of that must be used by a second parent, in most cases a man, and there's a 2-week element that is use it or lose it. Because the evidence shows that if there's such a significant amount of parental leave available, that men will change their cultures, and actually the workplaces will change the expectation of what happens to men when there is a baby in the house, when they have a child. And I think if we can fundamentally change that expectation of men and women's involvement in child rearing, we are going to both increase the economic empowerment of women, but we can also achieve two other key results. One of these is evidence overseas has shown that if men are more involved in child rearing, they improve their connection to their children and they improve their own life satisfaction. And when you see men's high suicide rates and rates of depression, you think, what can you do to actually improve the lot of men? And this is absolutely a crucial part of it. A second piece of research has also shown that male partners' involvement in the lives of their children is increased by them taking more leave at the start. And if they do that, that actually increases child development. So this is a piece that can increase child development, increase men's satisfaction and address gender equity. And at the same price, this is something that costs $600 million. Now, that's a lot of money, but compared to so many different things that we do in this country, the economic outcomes, but also the social outcomes that we could achieve through this sort of a scheme are absolutely crucial to the invest with. So I think that it's crucial that the government takes leadership in this space. They have spoken about wanting to be led as a really empower women and the community. This is an easy opportunity for them to pursue and to put us on the path to this, at least in this budget, so that we can get to the stage of having 26 weeks of paid parental leave, 6 weeks of which must be used by the second parent and 2 weeks which is use it or lose it, and that will achieve outcomes on all bases. Thank you.